Thanks for connecting. And if you like what you hear, please share.
I am living with Annietude, of course. You know that I'm doing well. Every day is a good day. Every day is a good day to start over. LLC, and I have, I'm a consultant for clients, both personally and professionally, that are sometimes, I guess the best way to say it is a lot of them are stuck, and I help people get unstuck. That's the abridged way of saying what I do.
Do you want to know how amazing people connect? Well, you're in the right place. Welcome to Marketing with Russ, aka #RussSelfie. Today's episode brought to you by Davis Home Inspections, great home inspections in Albany, Oregon, and by Southpaw's Perfect Pizza, delivering community support one pizza at a time. Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Marketing with Russ, aka #RussSelfie. So glad to have everybody here today. You know, I'm really excited about my guest, Annie Leib, that I have on today. I had to pursue her for a little while to get her on my podcast, but now she's here. Hello, Annie. How are you doing?
I am fabulous. I am living with Annietude, of course. You know that I'm doing well. Every day is a good day. Every day is a good day to start over.
I love Annietude. That is so great. And I love all that you're doing. And we're going to talk about that in just a second. But first, I just want to remind everybody that my name is Russ Hedge. I'm a coach and motivational speaker. I'm an inspiration specialist. And as you know, I'm the author of Befuddled, Live the Life You Choose. And Annie, we'll have to get you to get that down too. Befuddled, Live the Life You Choose. There you go. And so that is a great and encouraging book that just came out last year during COVID, because, you know, so much of us are living a befuddled and really lack of focus and purpose life, and really need to think about the life we want to choose. Doesn't mean crazy things don't happen to us, but when they do, we get to choose our attitude on what we do and how we live. That is what this book encourages you to do. Available on Amazon and all the booksellers. It's there. Also, as you know, I'm the podcast specialist of Marketing with Russ, aka #RussSelfie, and our new live show, The Experience, live with Russ and Scott. D. Scott Smith and I team up every Wednesday, 7 a.m. Pacific Standard Time live, and love to do that. It's currently on Facebook and YouTube. So join us every Wednesday live. And just love to connect with people. Today, you can go to russhedge.com and connect with me in many ways. All of my connection points, from social media to email to my phone number, it's all there. Also, you can schedule time to chat with me, just like Annie did. She just went on, scheduled time, and here she is. It's amazing how easy. So if you want to do that today, go to russhedge.com. I would love to chat with you. So without any further ado, I'm going to go over to Annie. And Annie, tell us a little bit about where you came from and to where you are today. It's all yours.
Okay. Well, that could take a long time, so I'll do the abridged version. So I'm a mom, first and foremost, of two wonderful children, Sammy and Evie. They are 11 and 9. They are the light of my life. They also drive me completely crazy, but that's part of our jobs as both mother and son and daughter. I'm an executive also. I work as the VP of Talent Strategy at Something New, which is a talent strategy company. And I also have my own business, which is Annie Leib, LLC. And I have, I'm a consultant for clients, both personally and professionally, that are sometimes, I guess the best way to say it is a lot of them are stuck, and I help people get unstuck. That's the abridged way of saying what I do.
There you go.
And I have a brand, Living with Annietude. I am a podcast creator and host. I have a weekly show every week, Tuesday at 8 p.m. on my LinkedIn Live and YouTube. And we talk about a lot of things, all pointing to the main ingredient, which is authenticity. And that's really what I try to and strive to preach and act and live as, someone who's a really authentic and raw person. So that's me in a nutshell.
Well, that's so incredible. You know, the getting people unstuck thing reminds me of my friend Michael Bryant, who's the Unstucker, and you absolutely have to meet him. I did a New Year's Eve special podcast, and I had a bunch of people come on, and they were in a room together waiting, and Raquel Boris, who you know, and I think that Brian was in there too, and they met And Michael is amazing because he really works with people real similar to you. He's out of the East Coast. And, but what's interesting is he's going to be 77 this year. And he is running his 7th Ironman this year.
Oh my gosh. My goodness. Wow. That's inspiring.
I know. And so Brian Schulman was bowing down to him during
it's true. And somebody at that age too has just been sort of around the block as far as experiences, life experience. And that's somebody that I would, put trust in to guide me and not make the mistakes that he's made and to help you get unstuck. So I feel that completely.
Yeah, I'm going to definitely have to connect the two of you because you just
Please
think
do.
he's a kick. And his daughter is also very active on LinkedIn. So anyway, I'll connect you with them. But so more about you. So your business that you do, really helping people. Tell me more about that.
So, people have said to me, like, and not in a rude way, but like, what makes you qualified to do this? Right. I mean, yeah, I have my MBA, I have my master's degree. But I've really lived a couple of lives. I've seen the darkness. I've been back again. I've lived, the 9 lives of a cat, I would say. And I've had vast life experience. And I think life experience is very, very crucial when it comes to relating to people, when it comes to having empathy and compassion and feeling I'm an empath, so I feel other people's feelings a lot of the time. And I can really sort of get down and dirty with them and get to the root of what's bothering them and help them to move forward, whether it's, focusing on gratitude, meditation, sometimes a combination, positive affirmations, just self-care and some things that, we all throw around words, but we don't really implement. Right. And I can help them implement a plan. And what it's done for me is it's actually very healing for me as well, because it's a lot of working through things that I've been through or things that I have sort of still resonating, and we can work through things together. So there's a real partnership with my clients that I feel and a vulnerability that I put out there when I say, I've had that experience too, or I've been through this too, or there have been mental health challenges, or, this challenge or that challenge. And I find it to be people to be so relatable in what they're going through that it helps me to wait. Like you said earlier, I don't know if we were live or not yet, but I don't think we were, but you said, you really know what you're doing every day. Like, why you get out of bed. And, I received a message yesterday from a client that was just so mind blowing about the impact that I was having. And I was just like, oh my God, like, this is why I do what I do. This is why I get out of bed in the morning. This is purpose and this is meaning in what I do every day. And so that's sort of what sums up, the reason that I go to work every day.
I think it's so nice to get feedback like that. I think people like you and I, we're going to go forward. We're going to do what we do, no matter what other people say and no matter what's going on. But it's nice to have some good feedback and people to tell you the impact that you're having on them. And, I call myself an inspiration specialist. And if I can just inspire and encourage people every day, I purposely try to do that. And I told you, I got the ultimate compliment, somebody comparing me to you on a post on LinkedIn.
I don't know if that's the ultimate compliment, but I'm really excited that we were together.
Yeah. And so, that's so great. And, I look forward to really being able to collaborate with you more and be able to, no matter what, even if I love getting on in groups and getting people out there with a positive message. Yeah. And with live video and all the things that we have now, the opportunities are incredible. Like yesterday, I think I mentioned I do a thing called Russ Reels that I do sporadically along with my other stuff. And I grabbed 2 of my friends from Ireland, a friend from Pennsylvania, and my partner on my live show Wednesday, D. Scott Smith, and the 5 of us, is that 5? Yeah, we're on live just for fun to motivate people on Monday. I called it Motivation Monday. And it's just fun to be able to do that. And people are looking for, that's why, you and I talked about this interview. When I interview people, I want it to be authentic. I want it to be conversational. I want it to just be people talking, because that is what people want to see. And I also try to keep it short because people only want to see it for so long. Right. No matter how great we are, right? They only want to see us.
I know. It's like you and I could talk all day, but no, it's good in snippets for sure. And I love your approach to authenticity. And like, people throw around that word, but the truth is, when you're not scripted and you get on and you're just chatting about life and what we're doing and what the impact that we're trying to make and some of our successes, you know, that's really, I think, what resonates with people. And I really try to get across that message of being real. And that's why I share my own experiences, because I want people to know who I really am. And I want to show them my most authentic self, whether it's screwing up or, you know, fumbling and bumbling, or it's a success.
Yeah. Well, and people, I think, like when you mess up because they think, okay, since we're on doing video, and if you're, whether you're on live or you're, you know, putting a podcast together and recording it, they're thinking, oh, they've got this all down. They're polished. They know what they're doing. It's kind of nice to actually have mistakes and things happen. So people see that, you know what, like yesterday during the live broadcast, my dog started barking.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, I said, well, I hope everybody can hear my dog. She wants to say hi.
Well, Russ, today I was making a video. I put out a video about being deliberate and intentional because I was just thinking about it. And it was something that was like sitting with me. So I like to share what's on my mind. And I said this whole thing and it was from my heart. And then I was like, that just rhymed. Like the whole thing, like it was like poetry. Like it actually rhymed. It was like a nursery rhyme. It was like, do what, I forget what I said, but I was like in the middle of the video, I'm like, and that just rhymed. So, you know, it's like, I don't even mean it, but it's just real, you know, like just be real. And sitting and being so scripted it's not something that does it for me. There's certain ways that people can do things like that, but it's not, what resonates with me is when people just show up as you.
Well, people, like you said, people relate to that because they think, hey, I'm struggling. And a lot of times yesterday I was saying this, you know, my whole thing about Russ Reels, the reason I came up with that, which is just a fun sporadic live show that I do, is being real with people, REAL, but also I show little reels of videos. And yesterday I showed another little clip from another Happy Moments with Mama. And I think you saw the one that I posted on LinkedIn of my mom who has Alzheimer's. And the point of that was to say to people, listen, you know, I mean, it's a horrible disease and things in life happen that are horrible, but my mom is still the happiest person I've ever known. We still sing together. I have to be outside her window now because of COVID, but we still sing and she still smiles and tells me she loves me. And, you know, I can still go on with life and look at all the positive parts. And I cherish every moment. To the moment she doesn't remember me, and which, you know, it's getting close, and to where it gets to where she passes, I will love every moment. And so I understand everybody has what they're dealing with. It's not me. You have what you're dealing with. The people that are watching today are dealing with issues. COVID gave everybody a whole bunch of issues. And, you know, but the thing is, what is our attitude and how do we deal with that? What are we filtering stuff through? And that's what I always tell people. We need a positive filter. We need to train our mind, have the right mindset to think, hey, bad things have just hit me in the face, but what am I going to do with it? Am I going to just,
absolutely,
woe is me and life is horrible? Or am I going to move forward and make the best of what I can do? And I know you do that.
Well, your mind is a very powerful place and a very powerful muscle. And sometimes we're programmed to think negatively. It's just the way that some of us are wired. Right. And it has to do with, you know, again, just the way that you're wired. But there are ways that you can reframe. I like the word reframe because oftentimes my first thought isn't the most positive one. It doesn't have to be the most positive one. It's not always. My brain goes where it goes, right? But there's power in reframe. So reframe what you're thinking in that. I'll give you an example. One of my clients the other day said, you know, and my stupid mind is so over analytical and, you know, overthinks everything. And I said, wait a minute, let's go back and reframe that for a second. Right. You are an extra thoughtful and deliberate and analytical person that makes you relate to people better. And we totally just turned around what he was thinking. Right. And all it did was show him that there's another perspective of looking at things. Yeah. And there's always another perspective. You could certainly be down in the dumps. And I'm sure there are days when you're down about your mom. There's certainly negativity around that. And there's sadness and there's grief around that. But there's a perspective reframe that you've done. And that's pretty powerful. And it, you know, it doesn't mean that you're bopping all around happy all the time about it, but it does mean that you've reframed it into a positive way. Yeah, no, I agree 100%. You know, when I was writing my book, I put a little habit that I've developed. And I learned one day I was listening actually to a podcast, and this guy was talking about how we need to
talk to ourselves more. And I'm thinking, okay, this sounds weird. But then he started explaining that, we have all these voices in our head, and a lot of them, majority of them, are based on worry and anxiety. And so when we wake up in the morning, what is the first thing that we think about before we get out of bed? Oh, I don't want to get out of bed. Oh my goodness, I got to deal with this today. We're already worrying and we're already negative before we get out of bed. And so that is not a good start to the day. So I purposely changed my whole routine the moment my eyes open and I'm getting out of bed. And this is in my book. The first 3 things I say is that how thankful I am, how blessed that I am with my beautiful wife and my family, and God has blessed me. And then I say, I've got this. I know that I have the talents. God's given me the talents to move forward and do things and make a positive impact today. And then the third thing I say is, today's going to be awesome. And I had a friend tell me, I can't say that. I said, well, I'm not telling you what to say. It's just the idea of this is what I do. And the reason I say today's going to be awesome, because I am deciding in my brain ahead of time that I'm going to have an awesome day. And so no matter what happens, does that mean that everything happens good and awesome? No, all kinds of horrible things still happen, but I have a positive filter then that I'm filtering that through. And so I'm looking at things, and my attitude is much brighter and more positive about what's going on. And so
you have a really good Annietude.
Yeah, there you go. That I got it from you. I learned from the best. So
totally. I mean, what you do in the morning is so super important. Talk about, setting the framework for your day, setting the foundation for your day. I have a morning routine as well with journaling, as well as a little bit of breathing and meditation exercises. And I do it before I even look at the phone, before I do anything. It's before I put my feet on the floor. I also exercise in the morning. I try to about 5 times a week. If I don't do those things, I will see the effects of that. And I'm not saying it's easy. It's not easy when your kids need you, when a work call is coming up in a half an hour, you have to walk the dog. There's a lot of things, but there are tweaks that you can make to set your day right. Maybe exercising is easier for you at lunchtime, whatever the case may be, but do the things that make you feel good, and you will set the precedent for the day. When I have a good Annietude, and it isn't always, but it's a lot of times, when I have a good Annietude in the morning and I'm like, this is going to be a positive experience today.
Right.
I am good enough to make this a good day. There's a reason that I'm here. I'm on a mission, and I set these positive affirmations in my mind, and I write when I do a mind dump. That's really helpful to me too, because I take all the what I call gunk and I put it out on paper, and then it's blank for the day. So it's ready to go. And then I do that again before bedtime, another mind dump from the day. And then I can go to sleep and have nice, easy dreams. So that's my routine.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. In fact, no wonder we have so much in common. I have a very similar morning, and without my morning, doing all that from exercise to journaling to the devotions I do and all that, my day would not get off to a good start. So you and I could talk forever, but our time has come to a close.
Already, it went so fast.
I know. So tell people how they can get a hold of Annie so they can get the right Annietude.
So I'm really active on LinkedIn, Annie Leib, Leib. I have a website, annieleib.com, that they can go to. You can reach out to me. Facebook, I usually use for personal reasons, but people have reached out that have seen me on there as well. But I'm really a LinkedIn girl. So find me on there. Please reach out. You don't need to stay stuck. People like Russ and I work every day to help you be inspired and motivated to to get unstuck. And it's okay if you are. That's my message. It's okay if you are. We'll get you unstuck.
Yeah, no, that's just it. You're exactly right. It's okay if you are. Where are you going from here, right? Where are you going to move from there? So listen, I want to encourage all of you to reach out to Annie. I mean, I have received so much value from today, and I can't wait till our next conversation. She will be on our live show, The Experience Live with Russ and Scott, coming up here in a couple months, and really looking forward to that. But stay in touch. I would love to do more collaboration and work with you. So thank you again. And thank you. You bet.
Thank you for having me. It was really special.
Thank you. And thanks to everybody watching. It's been a great day again. Thanks for tuning in. We know we value your time. We know it is just so valuable, and we want to give you good, positive, valuable input for your life. So thanks again. And until we see you again, have a great day and a great life. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.
Thanks for joining us for this week's episode of Marketing with Russ, aka #RussSelfie. Be sure to subscribe in your favorite podcast app so that you don't miss a single episode. Have an amazing day.